I couldn't sit with myself with my last favorites video that I filmed. I didn't feel good about it, so let's refilm my 2024 favorites. So I went through everything I tried this year that I think deserves a spot in my 2024 favorites. Now let me put this down before something breaks and falls, and let's get into it. There are a couple categories of things in here that I want to talk about. There are things that I was gifted, there are things that I got in gratis from Sephora, and then there are just things that I purchased. There are things that I purchased, and then there are things that I purchased with my employee discount, so it did not hurt that much. Now, let's get started. I'm gonna start with things that were sent to me. In this category, there are only 2 things. Colourpop sent me this lip liner. It's in the shade Tease, and it is a plumping formula. It goes on, and it's like this mid-tone pinkish brown. It's very neutral. I really, really like it. It's minty. It has a plumping effect. So because this was super unique to me, I don't have any minty plumping lip liners. I only have the Too Faced hot lip liner. It's like spicy hot. This earned a place, so thank you very much Colourpop for sending that to me. Also, this shade is immaculate. I don't know what about plumping lip liners always end up being more cool toned, but the second thing on my list is Musia Cosmetics. They sent me their collection of matte cream lipsticks, and this is the shade Montreaux. I'm obsessed with this shade. Now, this shade is absolutely gorgeous. It's unique, it's beautiful, it has color, it has pigment. I did already have a little bit of lip balm on, so let me swatch it for you guys on the back of my hand. It looks like that. It's very true red. I have the other shades in the collection as well, but I really, really was impressed with this shade. I really liked the way it looked. I really like the way these perform. They remind me of the Bite Beauty lipsticks. It is worth your money. Those were the only 2 things on this list that were gifted to me. The only things on this list that I got in gratis are these 2 things. Now, my opinion might be different on these 2 things because I got them for free, but I've seen many people hate on this. It's the Makeup by Mario Bronzer Serum, and I just wanted to give this its moment because I really, really like the tone of this. I really like how it looks. I like how it blends. I like how it's more of an olivey bronzer rather than an orangey bronzer. See how it has a more yellow blue undertone rather than orange red. Sits really nicely on the skin. I really like it. It's more wet, watery. It's not as creamy emollient like the Say bronzer or the Tower 28 bronzer. Don't get me wrong, I like those too, but this to me is like a flawless filter as a bronzer almost. I like that you can also pump it out with the pump on the back. I like that. I like that I can do that and pick it up with my brush. I like that I can do that and mix it with my foundation. I don't have to get the applicator inside dirty. I like it. The packaging is innovative. I know a couple products have had this packaging before, but for this product, I really like this packaging. I like the performance of the product. I like the undertone of the product. I like the way the product looks. I like that I can underpaint with it. I like that I can use it as regular bronzer. This is just a good product, and again, I don't know if it's because I got it for free that I feel that way. I feel a certain type of way about the Makeup by Mario Bronzer Serum. All right, the other thing that I was gifted was the Ilia foundation stick. I actually wore this yesterday in my video that I filmed. This is a really good match to my skin. This is the shade 4N Holly. Let me just grab something to blend it with really quickly. You can see that it blends out really beautifully. I like this. I usually use this with a brush. I pick the product up with my brush and then put it on my face, but yeah, I don't really draw on my face with this, but this is really, really beautiful. This took me by surprise. It's less pigmented than the Hourglass. It's less pigmented than the other foundation sticks I've tried, but the saving grace of this is that it has a matte finish and it's not dewy and oily and slippery like everything else. With a stick foundation, it can get slippery really fast. I think of the Anastasia Balm, the Blur Balm. This to me is like slippery. Oh, I don't even have the right shade. That to me is slippery. This to me is like an actual complexion product. It is matte, it sits, it covers, it can be full coverage if you want it to, it can build up, it's beautiful. So for that reason, the Ilia foundation stick gets a spot as my foundation, really, my complexion product, on the products I've tried for 2024. That's a big honor, okay? I was gonna choose something else, but that is a good honor. I want to give a shout out to the Ciele tinted serum. This is having a moment right now on TikTok. This is really nice. As you can see, I have a backup. I haven't opened it yet. I'm currently working through my Tower 28 tinted moisturizer, which is another really, really good option. But yeah, if you find that you want something that is fuller coverage that looks really natural outside, this, I honestly think it's a more natural looking version, better performing version of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. It's 12% zinc oxide mineral sunscreen. It literally has like skincare in it. It's really, really, really impressive. Really impressive. I'm really impressed with this. That is my other honorable mention, but the Ilia foundation stick really gagged me. It really took me by surprise. I was not expecting that from Ilia, so for that reason, she deserves a spot. Now, these are the other items that I have purchased. Let's talk about this guy first. Let's talk about our drugstore items first. This is a direct dupe of the Danessa Myricks Chrome Flakes. Now, this is a direct dupe of the Danessa Myricks Chrome Flakes. Look at that. So I'm gonna swatch these. You really don't need a lot. Look at that. And when it dries down, it is glitter. So it'll be a lot easier to see not in this lighting, but these are a direct dupe. They do the same thing. I love Danessa Myricks. I have two of her palettes right here, but now I was only going to include the Lightwork palette, but unfortunately I did remember I tried Groundwork this year, so it would be ingenuine if I did not mention it as well. Next, my NYX Powder Louder Brow Pencil. This I just added in at the last moment. I'm wearing it right now on my brows. I haven't found a brow product from the drugstore that is as dry as this in a really long time. That's why it's up here. I really like a dry brow product. So this to me is perfect, and yeah, my only complaint would be I want a lighter shade that isn't as warm. This is kind of warm. I can kind of see it on my brows because it's a little warm, but it's okay. I will forgive you, NYX, because this is a really, really fantastic product, and this came at the last second. I was not expecting this, but kudos to you. All right, I always use this, so I was gonna mention my Haus Labs concealer brush, but I also have the Haus Labs dual-ended brush, and the Haus Labs brushes are just a really, really good, worth your money investment. Now these, when I'm washing these brushes, bristles don't fall out. The bristles don't get fried. They are super compact. They're super soft. They're vegan, so it's synthetic. It's not using animal, obviously, but these really perform well if you're looking for new brushes. The only one I don't have is the foundation brush because I have 10 million foundation brushes, but the concealer brush has changed my life. People ask me about it on TikTok all the time. It's just a really good product. So this, honorable mention, this Haus Labs concealer brush, honorable mention, Haus Labs dual-ended brush. Now, next I have a lip balm on here. This is my favorite lip balm of the year. It is the Topicals Slick Salve, and this is worth every penny. This is made with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and rice bran wax. I am about this much of the way through mine. It looks super glossy and chic when you put it on. It has this effect like MAC lip gloss where it amplifies the color underneath the lip. It's kind of like when you're looking into a lake at a stone, and it's like a deeper color than when you pull it out of the lake. On top of being an amazing performing lip product, it's gorgeous. It is beautiful. Like, look at how lacquer-like my lips look. So yeah, this is a favorite of mine. It's super minty. You have to like mint if you want to like this. This is really, really nice, and I've gotten a lot of people hooked on this because it not only performs well, but it looks really nice as well. All right, and then lastly, I have my two Danessa Myricks palettes. Again, it felt ingenuine to not mention the Groundwork palette because I do remember I bought this at the beginning of this year. I tried her palette last year, the Groundwork palette, when I worked at Sephora in store, but this I actually got, and I really like this. Now, I will say the powders perform a lot better than the pomades do. The pomades can tend to pick up product if you're putting them over something, but if you're putting them on top of a powder, they work fine. The powders are really nice. I usually wear these as like a all over face palette look when I'm doing something monochrome and I want to match my cheeks with my eyes, because I can use these shades as like blush. This, I really like the genius behind this, how you can take them out and stack them. That to me, oh my gosh, is worth every penny. Like, look, on my way, ready to go. Where'd she go? Okay, I need to stop playing with it, otherwise I'm gonna accidentally break it, knock on wood. But this is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 6 palette. It is worth every single penny of your money. It has unique finishes, it has shimmers, it has these kind of interesting, more creamy mattes. It has a lot going on, a lot of textures. It has a really fun layout that is unlike any other palette on the market. Both of these have layouts that are unlike any other palette on the market. These are really, really good. Really, really, really good. So that's why these made it on my favorites list for 2024. Oh wait, and then I forgot. I also included this just because it smells fantastic. This is LoveShackFancy Sugar Blush, and this is what I want to smell like all the time. It's kind of similar to, it's in between Sparkling Lychee and Yummy Marshmallow from Ciele, but thankfully I have those as well. But this is in between. It's lighter, it's a body mist. That is why this made it on my list. But yeah, thank you for going over my favorites with me. I had a lot of fun. Let me know which one surprised you. Let me know which one you expected, and let me know which one you want to try. Till next time.